Welcome to Political Empire, your daily source for inland politics and government news. This is Jeff Horstman with the Press Enterprise and PE.com. A number of Riverside City Council members and candidates have police backgrounds, and reporter Alicia Robinson recently wrote about this trend. So, Alicia, talk about the ties the council has to law enforcement.
Well, Jeff, currently on the Riverside City Council, we have two council members with law enforcement backgrounds. In Ward 7, there's Steve Adams, who's in his third term on the council. He was a Riverside police officer for a number of years until he sustained an injury and retired. And then in Ward 6, we have the recently elected Jim Perry, who was a career police officer in Fountain Valley until his retirement. And then we also have a runoff coming up for the Ward 3 seat, and both of the candidates in that race have a law enforcement background. There's Mike Subaru, who was a lieutenant with the CHP when he retired a few years ago, and then Valerie Hill, who was an undersheriff for Riverside County.
All right, so are there any theories as to why this profession, law enforcement, is so well represented on the council?
Well, I talked to some people who had brought up a number of reasons why that this might be the case. The sort of off-the-cuff answer is that law enforcement is, people see them as trustworthy, and they're out there to help people and do good, and they're law-abiding, and so that can kind of sell well when you're a candidate, when you're talking to voters about yourself. Another couple of less obvious reasons are a lot of law enforcement officers are able to they're eligible to retire when they're maybe in their 50s, and so they still have plenty of good years left to do something in the community. They've gotten used to community service, and they probably also have a pension so they can afford to run for council.
Right. And so what effect, if any, does this law enforcement presence have on city government?
That's a little bit harder to say. You know, nobody that I talked to said that they thought that it was giving the council sort of a tunnel vision, or that the council is just going to give the police union everything it wants. And after the November election, we'll have 3 out of 7 council members will be law enforcement background. But no one I talked to seemed to think that the council members that are already on the council have been sort of swayed by that background necessarily so far.
All right, well, thank you very much, Alicia. Appreciate it. And thank you, as always, for watching Political Empire. We'll catch you next time.